Hello everyone, welcome to Civic Space TV. This is Women Rise. My name is Naiga Madrin and I'm so happy to be back. It's an exciting Saturday afternoon and we are here as Women Rise, bringing you exciting stories and conversations. Now the season is we are in a very critical season, campaign season, political season, and today we have a guest who is the aspiring woman MP, Kampala district. And this is none other than Mariam Obeid Lutale. Mariam, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Mandrin.
How are you? How are you?
I'm honored that you're hosting me today, and I'm delighted to share about my experience and everything.
We are so happy to have you today. Yeah, Women Rise is a platform. It's a mentorship platform for the young woman. And we've had several guests on this platform. And we believe through the story sharing and experience sharing, many lives are impacted in society. So it's really an honor hosting you on this episode. And we look forward to enjoying the conversation. Yes, so Mariam, please introduce yourself to our viewers.
Good morning, good day, good afternoon, wherever you are. My name is Mariam Obeid. The aspiring candidates on the PFF ticket for the seat of Woman MP, Kampala district. I am a daughter to Haj Obeid Lutale, the co-accused to Dr. Kiza Besige, and the son of Sheikh Abdul Obeid Kamlegia. My mother is Nakaich Knight, a Bono from Barara district.
So happy to have you. You didn't mention you're also a lawyer.
And I'm professionally, I am an advocate. I'm also a farmer, commercial, and and I'm also a property developer. Yes,
quite a lot of work as a woman.
And a mother too.
A mother. Wow. I look forward to this conversation. Yes, so Mariam, where are you from? Tell us something about your childhood experience and your education background.
My childhood experience, I was my home, our matrimonial home was actually Chiseka Market.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, Chiseka Market.
Chiseka Market.
Okay.
It wasn't Chiseka Market. There was a hospital that was called Kiseka. So the market ended up having that name.
The name, yeah.
But there are some flats there opposite. They are called Nachivubo flats. That was my home. And but actually my birth story is interesting. My mother left her home to go and visit her parents in Barara. And because the roads were so bad, and that time it would take like 6 hours to go between Kampala and Barara. Now, by the time she arrived, she was in active labor.
Oh.
She was in active labor, emergency, and they ran to the nearest hospital. The nearest hospital took them to Ishaka. I was born in Ichwanga, Ishaka, Usheni district. It is a missionary hospital. And actually, it was so bad for her that she fainted, went into a coma, stayed in that coma for 3 months. So my grandmother, I was breastfed by my grandmother for those months, then my mother. Have you met someone who has been breastfed twice?
No.
Yes.
Oh dear.
So fast forward, we came back home. I did my nursery. Again, there's a place near Nachivubo. It's called the Makere Chivulu. My nursery school is still there. And I actually used to follow that Nachivubo channel. That channel goes into part of Sapolo. There's that road of Sapolo. And my school is just next to, I think, Aga Khan, my nursery school. But now it's closed off. It's too old. And after that, I went to another school again there. They broke it down. Currently, there is a bus park. It's called Namaiva. But my school was called Muslim Girls Primary School. I was there for 7 years. And after Muslim Girls, I went to Taiba High School in Tula. Muslim Girls was a single-sex school. Taiba High School was a single-sex school. So I know something about sisterhood.
Okay.
I know. For those, my formative years, it was purely same-sex.
Yeah.
And from Taiba, I had to switch and go to Kawempe Muslim. Actually, I was looking for the best school at that time. I applied randomly. So when I read the papers, the best school that time was Kawempe Muslim, so I made it my first choice.
Okay.
And I actually got my choice.
Yeah.
I was in Kawempe for 2 years, and my leadership abilities started from Kawempe.
From Kawempe.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was the head girl for the time I was there. Then again, I looked for the best course, you know. And for us at that time, you had to sit down with your teacher and they guide you. And actually they felt that was the best course for me because I had done literature O-level, A-level. And I joined my career university. I had been to different clubs in school, debate club. And I'm also into sports a lot.
Okay.
My father was a professional soccer player.
Quite versatile.
And he used to take me to his trainings. He was a soccer player, and he used to play squash. So squash is played in an enclosed place. So I would join him every evening and would just, you know, play around. So I was in netball, primary school, volleyball, a bit of badminton, but I abandoned it in O-level. Then Kawempe was purely books and leadership. Makerere University, I was on government. I was in complex hall, and I was doing different small things, different projects. A type for me. I started like a secretary type for me, but again I forgot to point out my vacations. Actually, I'm a child who grew up in a law firm. Senior for vacation, I was staying in my uncle, my dad's young brother, law firm on Ginger Road. And okay, between holidays I was going to the farm, doing small work, clerical work. I've done everything in a law firm, all positions. Cleaner, secretary, receptionist, associate, everything. I've done it, so I have no problem doing it now. That now I'm attached to a certain law firm. Now I can do anything in a law firm. So I grew up in a law firm. So when I joined Makerere, again, he was my teacher. Again, weekends I would come back home, go to the farm. It is easier.
It was easier.
Being surrounded by lawyers, getting materials, accessing libraries. And I was, as I said, I was earning small time. So when my friends left, most of my friends left third year because most of them had 3-year courses. Then us, the lawyers, remained. So when we remained, I started feeling people were getting married, people were, and I was like, the hall, you can even feel freshers coming to the hall, halls of residence. So I had a sister then, and my mother's home was in Barra then. So we're always going back and forth. So I was like, you know what? Everyone is looking for a place to go. Let me get my place such that when I finish like this, I have a place to go to. Now, on my birthday, I had some money as presents. It was about 200. I paid for a room in Mengo near the hospital. When I paid for that room, I went to pick my sister, I put her stuff there. The point was to get a place where we put things, then go to our home. Now, when we left there, the first day we paid, these auctioneers came. I don't know the problem they had with the landlord. They started lifting out doors, breaking padlocks, and I just paid like the day before. And I told my mom, you know what? We got a place where we can put this. Then I was torn. I was like, this guy has taken our money. So when these bailiffs started removing doors, I went and approached that guy. I'm not sure. I think it was my second year. That guy, that bailiff is still there. He's called Mozilla Bailiff and Auctioneers. Now that we're in the same, I know his company. So I approached him. I was like, what does it take for me to get back my money? And And he was like, no, you see, the landlord refused to pay ground rent. The landlord is not paying this. The landlord is not doing that.
Yeah.
Then I was like, I need to get my money. And what does it take to even be a landlord? Then he was like, to be a landlord, you come, I take you. Even he laughed. He was laughing. I was very tiny. And I finished senior 6 my senior 6, I was 17. So campus, I think I was 19 then.
You are still young, yeah.
So I was like, okay, you come. I sat in his car. He drove me and I met, actually they put me in a boardroom. Then it was like, this young girl wants to know what it takes. This is my magic question, by the way. What does it take to do this? And they gave me audience. So when they gave me audience, they said, but you cannot sign that. You need to get like a patron or someone, a guardian. I called my mother. She came the next day. We went through that. I had that money again. Moses gave it to me. The landlord was called Moses.
He gave it
back.
Okay.
Then my mother supported me and paid the first initial sum, so I got a lease. And when I got that lease, we stayed in that room. But as it was just, I was sleeping at Macquarie University, but this was like a place where if you're from Barra, you come and put things there, food, then like that. It was like a meeting point for us here in Kampala. And something I forgot to point out, throughout my school, I was always a boarder most of the time. Apart from the early P1, P2, I was always a boarder, a boarding student. Now, I stayed in Mengo. That building became ours. That's how I started my business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So something to learn about that is that a bad situation can quickly change into an opportunity.
Yeah.
So I do not fear. Like, it was a terrible room, by the way. Like campus standard, very small.
Yeah.
And I just put my sister's mattress there. It was very, very small. So my journey into property started like from there. Again, when there was something else that came up, I got in the same area. My mother also got. We had about 3 leases. Then I got one in Musaja Alumba. So I was still doing school though.
Yeah.
So by the time I finished, I was good. And my first official home as a student, was in Tindachigo here. Was it? No. It was a stretcher, and I was a tenant at the MP, Hanifa Kawoya. That was my first home. Then after that, I went into marriage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Mariam,
it's a busy childhood.
Busy childhood, and your experience growing up in Kampala. I see your life,
Kampala.
Your school times, around Kampala, and I will not ask myself why you particularly want to come for this position. Your experience as a girl growing up in Kampala, how was it?
One, as I said, a born of Chiseka Market.
Yeah.
And my school was just across. I could stand at school and see my home. Sometimes I was in day, sometimes I was in boarding.
Yes.
So, and at Chiseka was just a market for us, like normal, the onions, and small things. And it's sad, but when you look at that channel today, do you know, we used to fish, we used to get small frogs. It was so beautiful then. But I think because of maybe waste collection, congestion, the population increase, now the water looks dirty. But as young kids would go in that channel, look for little frogs and fish, fish. Not this side, which is busy,
yes,
but that side of my nursery school. That channel goes via Aga Khan. Then it goes into Chikajo. There's a place called Chikajo. So Chikajo, there are very many streams that come and feed into the main Nachivugo channel. And we used to play in it. Okay, Kampala wasn't so... It was a beautiful place for me. It was a play place. It was a safe one. And my mother was in business. Professionally, my mother was from the aviation sector. But when she got married, she started different things. And we were supporting her. She was into tires, Of course, you hustle with the city council, taxes. Then she was into importation of cars. She did so many things as a businesswoman. And she had a shop in Chikubo.
So did you at one time, maybe during holidays, come into, to work with
A
her?
lot,
Yes.
a lot, because she has done it all. She has done it all. She has been, now I said, she had a shop in Chikobo. Of course, that one failed.
Yeah.
Taxes,
Yeah.
the competition.
A lot of things.
And we were the cashiers, then she had a hotel. Once she had a restaurant. Then that was a bit of my senior four. I was the cashier, I was a waitress. I was like, business in Kampala. We've been part of it. We know the struggles in it, because my mother, when you leave white collar, like jobs and all that, blue collar is not easy. If you're not strong enough, you can't stay in it. It's either the taxes, or the rent, or transport, or how you're going to feed, or the rent at home. You have to pay rent in the city, you have to pay rent back at home. So
consistency is really not easy.
Yes. Yeah. So we're back and forth. Importation of cars, back and forth into watches. William Street. She had a shop there again, and she was working with her brother. And we always came in. Actually, we were part and parcel of her life. So by the time another thing, by the time when these guys, when this guy suggested to me, like, you come and you meet these guys, the Indians, because we had all count money. What have we made today? Let's take back this one. This is the profit. Have you paid the worker? So when I called her on board, that, there's something that happened, I paid my money, these guys are throwing out, but there's a chance I'm going to meet these people, and they say they want you. She did not question me. She said, I am coming.
Wow. Yeah.
I am coming. And she gave me my first, capital for the first building. So if we didn't have this, working together before, should have been like, what is this girl, telling me?
Yeah.
But she supported me. And even now, managing older people, because the tenants were big people, families, working class. She did a big job, because at 19 or 20, I couldn't do it. So I reached a point, and I was just a kid again.
Yeah.
But the names and all that, and she was managing all that. Yeah.
So the grooming has really done a lot.
I feel they don't doubt me. My parents don't doubt me, because I established myself at a young age. That's one. One building, the money that came from one building got another building. The money that came, because I would have spent money on
yourself.
Yes, or dance it away. Yes, I would have. Yeah. But again, with my parents' guidance, they believed in me so much, and their standard, they always saw me up there. And I think if you have like people, you're like, you also get that, like, I can do this.
The support system.
I can do this.
Yes.
So they've been my partners, my advisors, my consultants in everything, and my life is open, like, to them. And Mengo became my home.
Became your home.
Mengo, near the hospital. Those guys raised me. They know me. It's my community. The border guys. Okay, when I was too broke, I would walk home from campus.
Yeah.
Those border guys would bring for me food. They would carry my things to school.
Wow.
They're like my brothers. We've grown up with them.
You know the Kampala.
I know. This is now with my mother's life. But again, my parents have, I was in a law firm. I was doing this, but based in a law firm and living at my dad's, the young brother to my father. I was living, the lawyer, the lecturer. I was living with him. So I had this life of a child, but again, and I had this other life of, in the evening, I need to walk home. Because now they would put me, I was on government, you're there full time. So instead of going out, hanging out, actually I'm an introvert. I I'm not an outdoors person so much.
Yeah.
So this time I would have after 4. Our lectures used to start after 4. Then I would go to Mengo and do all that, because you would be like, yeah, that's so busy. But for that weekends, like my free time was spent in those projects. Yeah.
Yeah, quite inspiring for the young person who is watching us today. You're in school, you can do several things at one time and succeed. Yes, so Mariam, what brings you, your leadership journey? You've told us to a little bit about your leadership journey, but then more into it, the people behind you, and then up to now, what brings you to the race of woman MP Kampala district?
Now, first and foremost, to come to the race, there was a vacuum.
Okay.
It's common news. There was there was a vacuum.
Yes.
I'm not talking about the individual. I'm talking about the office of the woman MP Kampala was
Yes.
vacant for some good years, about 3 or 2. That's number 1. Number 2, now when there's a vacuum, being a woman, and I was actively working in partnership with civil society, women groups, actively attached to a law firm, pro bonos, legal camps, legal clinic camps in different, parts of Kampala and outside Kampala. Now, there's a village I went to, I think it's called Chanamkaka. It was a legal aid clinic. My senior took me there. It was working hand in hand with the local government. Now, there's something unique about that village. When you reach it, you'll think you're out of Uganda. I'm telling you the truth.
Okay.
You think we've been to villages, but the problems that women have, you'd be like, are we together in 2000?
2005. Yeah.
Are we? You'd ask yourself, if I ever get a chance, I would invite you since. Anyways, we went there. There's a cycle that was happening that their child marriages were rampant. Okay? Now the child gives birth at about the age of 15. Then the child maybe becomes 30. Then the child they produced is also 15. Then the child also gives birth to another child. So you find a 30-year-old with a 15-year-old child, and the 30-year-old is already a grandmother. Now, the men that marry them, a neighbor's child who is also 16, 17, marries this child, then that child again marries the daughter, or like the incest, and then the poverty levels were so much. And we sat, you meet them, when you make these camps, you sit, people come to you as lawyers to help them. The poverty is a catalyst for like most of our problems. You would think since they're in a village setting, they have food, they don't pay rent, they're okay. Anyways, it was an eye-opener for me. I was like, now when I came back, it put me so much into this pro bono, legal aid. I stayed with contacts, I worked on them, but separately away from my work. My work professionally, of course, every lawyer has a legal aid like department, but when you go down and see our people, then you will know that it's not even just about legal aid. There's more to it. Not even as women, because I feel like women, we are like a tribe. Our challenges and problems and whatever we go through are the same. When I sit here with you, you may come from a different, background and all that. But when we sit and chat about us, we'll find that we have a lot that bonds us, regardless of age, regardless of professionalism, regardless of education. Like I would vibe with a woman who has never stepped into a class and will be on the same
page.
But again, those problems will not be addressed, not even by politics itself. They would need an active women's movement. Again, one, education, literacy, even if it's not literacy, family planning, birth controls. There's a lot. Now, when we come back to the city, my law firm is in an arcade. And you will know that women, the youth, have, again, similar challenges. The biggest challenge of our time as youth, could it be early marriages? Early marriages, child marriages lead to unwanted pregnancies and then kids. So you find a woman with a child on the back giving food throughout the building.
Yeah.
Then you would ask at the end of the day, like, I have this, I'm going to do this. You see her, then she gets pregnant again, takes the kid to school, but it's a struggle. Now, policy alone cannot, policy can help, deliberate policies can help get our youth together. And when I talk about mothers, being a woman MP, you represent women. Okay?
Yeah.
But a woman has kids, both female and male.
Yeah.
So it's not really about women. But you also know that these youth or teenagers, they are the mother's problem. And we want to address that family, like the woman, what will make her flourish with her kids. So Kampala at that time, there are cases that came about some time back, domestic violence, I think, or marriage issues. People look for ministers, but there should be an office of a woman, like someone who addresses when a woman, the mother, the child, the daughter, like somewhere where someone can run to, like a rapid response. There was a gap. When you talk about our hospitals, I told you I was a result of a bad road.
Yeah.
A bad road pushed my mother into active what?
So you know
labor.
what it feels like.
Not really, but I'm just saying, this is Africa, and this is, it's a third world country. We are struggling to build our economy. We are struggling to build ourselves. But at 40 million people, and the population is still increasing, we, the women, we make a bigger part of the population. And our problems start from the labor room. The childbirth, like you have to look from there. How is it in the hospitals? Maternity kits. How many women make it out? I know I'm in politics. And people will see prisoners, people will see persecutions. My father is behind bars because of that. But this is what you see. But do you know what happens out of 1,000, is it 1,000 statistically, if I'm not wrong, out of 1,000 women that give birth in hospitals, 34 lose their lives daily, if I'm not wrong. This is about 34%. So we are looking at people who okay, they are behind bars, but women are dying in hospitals. The mortality rate of the kids given birth to is also high. It's there, but no one is addressing that. This will happen with an active member fully aware of, yes, politics is happening. People are getting imprisoned. People are getting persecuted. But what's happening to these women? Why are there so many single mothers out there? And girls, we are getting exported into Dubai, those, Arabian countries. We are more again than boys. Boys are there, but they are more.
The number of girls,
and as I said, as a mother, these boys and girls come from women. So when you start looking like, how are we going to do this? Deliberate policies enabling women right from maternal health, childcare health, then in school, because school is about three things: enrollment, retention, and completion. The enrollment percentage is high. Retention, we start going, us girls, it starts going down. By the time they finish, completion, if they are 100, by the time they finish, they're about 40. So when I say what happens in between, and who is actually looking at this? I know there are so many civil societies actually coming in, but civil society needs policies that enable them to help our girl child, because our girl child has boys too. So when I come out and say, of course, challenges are many. But the problem, us women, okay, men, yes, as long as a man comes out of childhood and then the teenage, they can, I know that employment is also a problem for us generally as a generation. Now, if we do not have someone actively aware and pushing for policy to see that right from the hospital, right from birthing a child, through the education, through completion, through employment, where is this child? Because this child is going to have children. What is there? This happens. We can't say we are going to address it, but policy can help and actively do something to tailor into our communities. So this is, as I said, it was a vacuum.
Yeah.
And working with women groups, both in Kampala and outside Kampala, I felt I can impact. Actually, for me, I can impact. I'm ready to impact. I want to impact the lives of women through all those phases.
Yeah. And what makes you a better candidate? You mentioned there is a vacuum, but this office has been there for years. The woman MP office has been in place. What do you think you bring better for Kampala people, what the other women have not put in place?
No, I feel those women have actually brought us a long way. A long way. They've fought. I would not be here. Affirmative action helped me to get there. They fought a long way. But I'm just saying, even the government has also tried to bring the girl child, to push the girl child into education, into employment, into so many things. But as I said, we have a growing population, and we women are many. And today, our biggest challenge in Kampala, two, underemployment and employment. Two, if you find someone qualified, they will be doing something below their qualifications. And then the underemployment. Underemployment, there are so many youth out there, they struggle to make ends meet. Me, I'll supplement, because I'll build on what other women have done.
Yeah.
Okay? And when I say office of woman MP, I am an individual. Even if something happened to me, today when I came here, I'm sure the director or the proprietor is not here, but business is happening as usual. So when you get an office, when you open, an office where it could be like a rapid response, it could be you work with different stakeholders, because they are stakeholders, they are doing everything to help women. When you put it there, whether you're in or not, you will actively be working with different stakeholders to change the stories of many people. And people have done, everyone, like, it's a contribution. That's my contribution. People have built way back from Constitutional Assembly, the Dr. Mariam Atembes, even the engineer Winnie Byanyima, Winnie Kiza. Women have actually tried to push for change in our laws, but there's something, it's inactive now. It's been inactive for some time, so we need to revive it, to rejuvenate it. And we actively know that maybe 10 years ago, the issue of single mothers working, the working conditions, someone comes with a child to serve food and then they get 2,000 a day. What can I do? What if this person has skills? What if we do something? We can't do much, but we can. To build someone, you start with something they can sell, something they can exchange their skills for. So I feel women have done a lot, but I want to bring my contribution to what others have built. Then someone else will also come and add.
True. Right. And there are so many pressing issues in Kampala, as you mentioned, but what do you think in particular is so pressing for Kampala City, and as you mentioned, for the women,
even for the men, because if you have a happy wife, you have a happy
home.
So the pressing issues being in Kampala, we all know our challenges. One, for the traders, for different interest groups. For the youth, it's unemployment. And underemployment. For the traders and business people, even as professionals, it's the rent. That unstable unpredictability of the rent, of the taxes. Today you're paying this, next year you're paying that, ground rent, property rent, rental rent, tax. Now, when we leave that, that is now traders, professionals with offices, and when it comes to market vendors, we all know they shift them. Now, my old school, even my old school, where it was today, there's a taxi, a bus park. So you ask, we want revenue as a country, but when you removed that school, the school was adding on to the country by educating the girl, child. So what are our priorities? Us as policymakers, is it the revenue? Of course we need the revenue. Or is it building a workforce that is able to sustain? Because if someone can sustain themselves, it might not be so like extravagant, but as long as you can sustain yourself, you can pay for your rent, you can, other things will find you there. But it will also help you to stabilize your life. But right now, the cost of living in Kampala
is high,
has run out of hand for the rich and for the average, and also for the low income earners. We all know that. Now, cost of living, then you look at the standard itself. What is the standard of the people of Kampala? Some people have, actually, most people in Kampala have 1 meal a day. And yet the backbone of Uganda is agriculture. Would not be struggling with food, would not be paying. It would be easy to feed a family. But today, feeding families, paying school fees, rent at home, property rates, taxes, then, okay, this youth, when the youth, because we are many and we all can't be employed by the government, the youth go out of their way and start small businesses. Now, when they start small businesses, different, a stall, street vendors, then KCCA comes and takes their thing. And it's been like that. It's been like that. And then these mothers, most mothers in markets pay school fees for their child to raise their children. Okay? Now, when the child gets out of school, the child again comes back to the market.
Yeah.
So we have, as I said, like, where do these people go? Someone is paying fees. Senior 6 is done. Okay, maybe campus, if they manage, or some vocational school. Why is it that they have, like, they can't do it themselves? What is the support system there? I can't do it. As I said, government is trying its best. Civil society has also tried its best. But I think we should actively enable or make deliberate policies in our communities. I know women have made circles in different markets. Traders have made circles, but again, you find that the top management benefit more than the people they lead. And I want to work with different stakeholders and fill in these gaps. Feel it like we can't do it. We found when our mothers, as I said, the Dr. Marias, the people who were there, Constitutional Assembly, they did a lot to bring in the laws that enabled us, the girl child, to reach here. But I feel if we let this movement sleep or go into limbo, then we are going
to go back.
Yeah. So we need to have something that is active and moving. We were here yesterday, today we are here. Yes, the child didn't finish school. Yes, she got pregnant in school. What is there? How can we rehabilitate and introduce her to business? How is she going to take care of her child? Because you cannot say, like, we are going to come into, like, her life. There are many. So the policy and then the community, I feel even communities have a lot to do. Like, if you actively engage them, you would know that this... now, if we talk about Kampala, we all know the challenges. For example, leaving that aside, boys, we know they have a problem of floods. It's not news. And garbage, all the drainage. Then when we come to Central, everyone who is trading in Central, they all know taxes. They will tell you taxes is our problem. When you go to Nakawa, they will talk about garbage, maybe collection. Like, different places have different things to address as a city. And us being women, we are organizers, we are nurturers. I feel we can do something for our youth and then even our city. our city, we are part of it. You have children. I'm a mother too. Where are our children going to go? Are you going to export yours? And even if you export yours, after 5 years, the money she will bring back.
Yeah.
She will invest it, and then again, like, it won't be productive for her. It won't make meaningful. People are employed but not gainfully. And even if you come and the taxes are harsh, the harsh tax laws, she brings her money after 5 years in Saudi Arabia, opens up a shop. After, they say our business, don't make it after 1 year, then it's dead. So we need to, so we need to work with different stakeholders and also have stabilize our taxes. Like, there's something, our taxes are vague. Today, when you bring a car, or even the market people, you ask them how much do you pay annually. They will tell you different. Today I pay this, today I pay that. We need to have a transparent system whereby you know that, yes, if I'm paying tax, you know how the VAT comes on your receipt. You exactly know it's 18%. So even elsewhere, from property taxes, rental tax, any taxes in the city, even for traders mostly, because they don't even understand the computerized system. I feel that is a good system because it's going to increase the transparency. But again, they've not understood it. Like, you cannot introduce something that the person affected does not understand. So we need to maybe open literacy and numeracy, and you explain to someone, this is how the tax you pay is going to help you. But as long as people also don't know where the taxes are going, they will evade them, because we have that. People don't declare, people will hide, people. So there's a lot to do with our city, and there are different interest groups, and every division has its challenges. As I said, Kampala, here we come to look for income. People come here to work, and it's congested, it's populated, and people will try anything. But if you keep pushing the traders, if you keep pushing the youth, it will increase the crime rate, because you chase them today. What will they do? They need to survive, and you have no, okay, you've chased away the traders. What, yes, where are they going to go? And most of them are youth. What is your next project? If you take away their jobs, if you take away their address, because now Nachivubo is now in contention, that Nachivubo channel. You've taken away their address, their livelihood. What are you going to do? The people in power, the government, even the political heads, what are you going to do to these youth? So far, no one has talked about that. Either leave them to do it themselves, and as we grow the city, everyone wants development. As you grow the city, come with your citizens, grow together, grow with them. But throwing them out, then someone has to look for food. Now, this is school fees week. People are looking for school fees. 2 weeks ago, you locked off their livelihood. What's next? Crime rates. There's a lot. Crime rates, then children, families will break. Children will not be able to go to school. Again, it goes back to affect us as Ugandans and civilians. So I feel I could contribute and build something for someone else also to start and contribute.
Wow. So Mariam, as a woman in politics, how do you view the progress of gender equity in Ugandan politics?
As a beneficiary of the affirmative action, policy has been put there. But again, as I explained earlier, even work, the formal sector takes in some women, but there are challenges there, and the numbers are not the same, because people feel as women there are things we are not supposed to do. Although this is cultural. This is cultural. And but I know women who are doing, because pressure from societal pressures, they need to earn. They need to earn. And I feel like for you to earn, it's, I think, your brain and your capability. If the job doesn't require physical, labor and all that, we are competing favorably. But the market and being in a patriarchal society, the way they absorb us is a bit reserved. The way they absorb women is not the same as they absorb our male counterparts. However, women have been there, women are there, but the percentages are not the same like for the boy child. And even the challenges, sexual harassment affects more of women, more than that, okay, even the boys, but women, the statistics are there to reflect that in workplaces. I saw your team today. I felt like, oh, women in tech. Now, that one, they know that it's mostly the boy child to do mechanic, but I've met women. Women are conductors in taxis.
Yeah.
Women traders on matoke lorries. Have you seen at night? I think we are capable, but these things are entrenched in our society because it's patriarchal. And as I said, I feel we need an office to focus more on the girl child in the workplace, because our society somehow put us
Puts us
down,
down.
although
Yeah.
women, our mothers, our legislators before tried to push, and we thank, and it shows, it reflects, but it's not something we should sleep on or sit on and they're like, okay, they did it back then, so now let's enjoy it. We need to build on what they did and help keep that balance. The girl child to enter formal employment, the girl child to work in different places, and they are receptive, but still, as I said, completion. By the time the rate of which girls enter school, by the time they finish, it dwindles down. We need to look at the condition, what happens in between. Now, simple things like our monthly cycles, okay? I saw a girl, although not in Kampala, they could not get the sanitary towels to do it. So how do we know that? Oh, if we can't even get the basic, we can open an office, just like civil society and even government. They've provided reproductive health, different toilets in slums. They've provided condoms, contraceptives, and I feel even that sanitary towels should be added.
Yeah.
We take it for granted because you can afford it, but when you go down, they
So
can't
many
all
cannot
afford it. Someone will be like,
yeah.
sanitary towels are 4K, 4,000. I need food. What's the option? So there are small things we can do to change our lives as women, because our stories are not very different. Like, we have the same tribe, but the things we go through, you would understand it if you met a fellow girl child and it's like, I have a child. I need to spend on this. So if we cut down on small things like that, change the youth, because even in giving birth, the guy stays, paternal leave is 1 week, but the boy or the boy child will go on with his life. Then the girl has to sit home, raise the baby up to 1 year. So we need active drives to push, like, yes, okay, you've had a child. How are you going to get back on your feet? How are you going to help this child? That's where the inequity, even by nature, it comes in, because she's taking care of kids. She has to, and these days people want 50-50, you know, that?
Yeah.
She has to contribute to
To
the household.
needs of our home.
And there's so many things, but I feel, as I said, it's not even just about policy. We need something active to address our issues, either through our own communities, because we can even do it through our communities, policy deliberations, and then having the government actively get involved about these women, because we've come so far. If we are just like reluctant, we'll, even now you can know, you can see.
Yeah.
You can see, if you go to town, girls are everywhere serving food, and they don't know what's going to happen, and most of them are mothers, and
Young mothers.
they're just closing. Thank you. They're just like looking for today. How is today? How am I closing today? They don't know what, they're not sure about tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we yes, minus skilling them, we can stabilize her on certain things, both girls in school and even out of school. Stabilize her, build her, because it's more about our dignity. Certain things, really, your dignity, how freely can you work? Because some, when the cycle comes, they don't go to work, and yet they need the money. What does that lead to for us, some of them end up going into prostitution. Of course, prostitution will lead to other kids. And even those people in prostitution, we need to rehabilitate, and there are many. We need to rehabilitate, build, create centers. I feel this thing, our former legislators and mothers try to do a lot for us as a country and as women. And I feel it was in limbo. So we need to reactivate it for the boy child, for the girl child, even for our community as Kampala. Yes.
Wow, you're coming on opposition ticket, People's Front for Freedom. Yeah, how will you work?
Freedom for all.
How will you work hand in hand with the current government if you get this position? Yeah, to see that the people of Kampala do get what they need to get.
Now, governments have three branches: the judiciary,
Yeah.
the executive. Me, I'm vying for legislative, and these branches are not supposed to. They should be independent. Okay. Now, as a People's Front for Freedom, we know when I talk about all these challenges, the minute you do not have financial freedom, you're not independent.
Yeah,
actually,
true.
you become dependent, and when you become
yeah.
dependent, you get dehumanized, your dignity. People will abuse you morally. You'll get frustrated. So as a legislator on the opposition, by the time I come out, as I said, once again, I'll repeat it, there are many issues in our society and in Kampala that have not been addressed. And it's not even just about my party. Kampala is an opposition stronghold. Why? Because people do not have that freedom, that financial independence, freedom to trade, freedom to minus our freedom to speak, freedom to associate, the many freedoms are at stake. So we come out to fight, to make government look at that. And I know, and I'm even looking at government, there's also a gap. I don't know how, okay, they've been policies, they've helped, but I'm saying right now, for the last 5 years, for example, I've not seen, there've been so many things about morals, okay? And there's this ministry of there's a ministry that handles moral decay, and I've even I don't know, they close business. I think for them they close business. Okay? Now, even women, we would know that if there's maybe a ministry, it's there. It's trying because it's building on what is already there. Now, when we come in as opposition, most times we do not work with the government. We are always, because we are there to oversee. Because there are gaps, as I said. Now, if we need to change the policies, again, government already has policies, but we need to add on and amend. Instead of focusing on politics is going to be there. But as a society, we need to grow. Now, when we come out and oppose that this law is not maybe favoring the girl child, maybe we should amend it to this. This law should be favorable for the young mothers, because we are many, and we are handling household business without the fathers. Okay? Now, when the policy changes, we oppose, we oversee what the government brings, and we change it for the betterment of our people. And knowing its opposition, it's not about, as I said, we oppose some or laws that do not favor our people, laws that are instant, bylaws, policies. Recently, the Nachivubo channel, it's not about opposing. It's about government can do whatever it has to do. We do appreciate, but whatever the government has to do, how is it going to affect the citizens? The impact. So opposition is opposition, yes, but when you put out your laws, or when you make enforcements on the people, what is the impact on their lives? I think government is blind to that. We need to think about the outcomes. And another thing, we need to think about the cost of inactiveness. It is high for our civilians, for us, the people who are not in government, then for the people, the masses. The cost of government just sitting and watching. You've closed off people's livelihoods. Where are they going to eat? How are they going to go back to their families? How are they going to pay rent? Because we are not going to stop the sun from rising. Yeah. So we are not, yes, we're in opposition, but we are looking, as I said, People's Front for Freedom. The people, the common man. How does policy or enforcement or government, whatever they bring to the people, how is it impacting people? What are you looking out? Are you looking out for your people? Is government taking care of Kampala people? Is it fronting their freedoms? Is it minding their livelihoods? So far, no.
No.
So it's not about, it's the word opposing, no. Opposition, no.
Yeah.
Now it's about people. How are our people? Because governments will change. People are going to grow, but we'll give birth. What our parents or mothers gave us, we need to preserve and add on. We need to be able to build a society that will welcome our children, because we can't just sit back. Now that thing has been there. Those vendors have been there I've seen them all my life. You know, I grew up on that channel, I told you.
Yeah.
And we used to fish in that
Kampala.
channel. Yes.
Kampala girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even there are guys who do shoes from there, from tires. Many people, like, yes, it's disorganized. We want a better city. But before you remove them, how are you going to take them in? Because they already have the skills. Where are you going to relocate them? How are you going to do it? Do they have a stake in what you're building? Because usually if someone finds you doing a business, they'll say, like, I'm going to improve it, and also you'll have a stake in what I do. Usually, the trend in Kampala, once a developer comes, the people do not benefit. It is purely capitalism. The developer takes over, these people end up going back out of Kampala even. So it destroys lives. Now we need to have a government that's alive to the needs of the population. So for us as People's Front for Freedom, we are alive to that. What does the common man say? What are the masses saying? How are the taxes? You can look at our seniors. They've been in this fight. They've been struggling on political front, on the traders front, on so many things.
Yeah.
And also they've been actively educating people, budget allocation. If the money is there for the youth, if the money is there for the women, where does this money go? So that oversight, I think that's the only way as a legislator you can know if the budget has come out. There's a budget for women, education of girls, affirmative. It's always there. But because of corruption, delays, and many other factors that we know and some we do not know, this money does not benefit the masses. So as a legislator, I feel that oversight, that, following up, if this money is coming, is it reaching the right group? Is it doing this? Is it doing this? And that's why I say I feel there was a vacuum for those few years, and I felt I had to step in and contribute my part.
As a lawyer, Uganda's constitution is making 30 years. Yes, and you're a lawyer and a woman. There's so many legal issues that have not been, handled and touched on. What's your take on the so many issues that our common person is facing? So many political prisoners, and there is no say so far.
What can I say? Political persecution is a very painful thing. It breaks families. If you've met some prisoners' families, they will tell you their stories. They are not good stories. It's like when you go to a hospital, it's full of sad stories. Every time I go to prison to check on my elders, I can't even do anything after that. There's a way psychologically, it hits you. And it's not just them. But me, I love the fact that it has reached this point. That there are so many people, and it's not even just now. The current regime has been persecuting opposition for a long time. People have lost their lives. People have disappeared completely. And if the family is not active on it or voicing it or coming out, thanks to social media, now we know that this one disappeared. Where did they disappear to? Now people are actively, this is part of us. You wake up today, come here, disappear. If someone is not out, someone is not here, someone is, you'll disappear. So this is very sad for us as a society. And as I said, even us as families, And as a lawyer, the state machinery has actually used the judiciary as a weapon to persecute Ugandans. It is indeed sad. And right now, as I said, you cannot differentiate between the executive. It's like the executive has become an extension of the judiciary. Now, I don't know if it's also an extension in the legislature, in our parliament.
Yeah.
And this is why we need to go there. It's a dangerous game. But who is going to do it? For me, to have my father behind bars was a catalyst. It was a catalyst. And I've always had political ambition. But it was a catalyst. And it was more meaningful. It made sense that if you're going to come out and demand the government release all political prisoners, release Dr. Kiza Besigye, release Mariam Obeid Lutale, release Sam Mugumi and other people who have been lost for some good time. If you come out, and me, the child, I go and visit, and then that's it. And then I end up doing legal and pro bono for other people about getting born, getting bail. I'm actively participating in other people's lives. Why wouldn't I participate in my own father's life? And how best am I going to participate? One, on the legal front. On the legal front, we have serious fighters. Our Lord Mayor, Honorable Semjo has been vocal about it. Different stakeholders. Many people have come out too. Even Aaron, Kiza, the legal team is comprised of about more than 40 lawyers, both locally and internationally. So everyone is running to raise awareness. Everyone is sensitizing. Government is doing this is wrong. And by the way, this is not an issue of opposition. Ugandans know at least 80% that these men are innocent. And that's why they're coming out. Me, when I go out there, now that, I'm public, the first thing people say are like, how is your dad? Is he going to make it out? Let us hope it doesn't end up like Segirinya. Let us hope, like you feel,
so
even a market, a woman in a market will know that it's hard to get out. It's like a dungeon. It's like a dungeon. So I was like, I will not wait for it to get that bad. I will not participate in other people's lives and fail to participate on my own issue. So if we have strong fronters like Lord Mayor, the Aarons, the group, there is Proscovia, there are so many people doing activism politically and legally. I joined this team. Yes, legal is there, but even political, because it's about policy. It's about policy. Your contribution may be small, but it will be felt over time. One law, one contribution, one amendment would change a zillion lives. These are things we need to address. If we are not many as opposition in parliament, but we are not just bench warmers, at least my elders in the party, they are not bench warmers, they are active men. They are real fighters. We have bench warmers in parliament. I feel proud to say I'm associated with People's Front for Freedom. They are not bench warmers, okay? They will actively come out. If you're a journalist, they will make noise on it. If you're a lawyer, they will participate. So I could not sit back when the atrocity was on my own family. One, I joined the legal team. Two, I came in. Of course, there was a vacuum. I said, okay, we need to go and see the drafting. Who drafts, who proposes? And when you look at the people who propose these laws, some laws, it's not a requirement, it's not a requisite. But as long as you understand our masses, our people, you would, because the law is the people. So law is society. When society evolves, the law is supposed to evolve. Now, things like today, they are going to make a year. Yesterday they made, today is 301 days in prison. But we know the law, there is no evidence. There's no trial that was held, but they are still in prison. So we need lawyers actively to be in our legislature, to participate actively. and change certain laws. Of course, they made applications for habeas corpus to produce the recently kidnapped Sam Mugumya. I hear even the platform also has some people imprisoned. We need laws. That's why our system, actually we have a problem. It starts with a system. When you look at our constitution, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
When you look at our constitution,
Yeah.
honestly, because it's in the policy, the population will not know it. But when you look at our constitution, power belongs to the head of state right now. Although they are different, as I said, those organs of government, they are there, but ceremonial. They do not have the power to execute those policies. Now, us as People's Front for Freedom, we are not just an opposition party.
Yeah.
We want to rebuild our country. We want to change our stories, starting with the common man. Us, power must be institutionalized. Like, if I come to you, whether you know me or not, you will work on me without anyone propelling you to, because it is required of you by law to execute your job. It's your job. You don't do anything outside it. You don't do anything less or more. You just do your job.
Yeah.
Now, we have a problem of corruption. It has also, affected performance. But when you come and distribute power to the different departments and the system, our system is actually, it has failed. The system has failed. First and foremost, one of the requirements to grant bail is discretionary. Like the judicial officer will choose whether to let them grant bail or not. But these are men of advanced age. Nothing hurts me like that. Lozira is on a lake shore. It's cold. The mattresses, they're as thin as, like, the cold will bite into your bones. Now, by the time they get out, we do not know, their health automatically will deteriorate because they are not youth. They are not that strong. They don't, but their spirit is strong. And when you go there, they are like, you fight for us. We're here. We are strong. We shall get out. They are really strong. And in fact, they encourage us more. But when you sit down, you're like, 70, 67, prison. Their bodies are weakened. They have conditions that need to be attended to. Like, it's disastrous. I wish they could just give them like house arrest or grant bail. But these people are blind. That's why I'm saying empathy, it lacks. Empathy, if you had empathy, even if you're a leader, you'd feel sorry for the kids sleeping on the streets at night. You'd know, let me make a rehabilitation home. You'd know that if a mother is struggling here, I can reintroduce her in another place, maybe start something, skill her. But if you do not empathize with a common man, if there was empathy, and then your duty as a judicial officer, because they take oath when they are given public office, our seniors have tried to get bail. It's now coming to 1 year. These are old men. Now, if a young man like Segirinya, his health deteriorated when he was in prison. Now, what should we expect on these ones who already have their conditions and sicknesses, health conditions are there? So when you ask me...
Terrible circumstances,
It's terrible.
So Mariam, away from that, what is your take about election financing goal? There is a lot. Recently, we've seen what has gone on in the NRM primaries. Yes, this gives us a picture. And what should we expect in the elections come next year, 2026?
Now, as a fighter, as a fighter or a warrior, we do not expect smooth running of these elections. We do not. But again, as I said, we will not sit back. We will not sit back. We will not sit back. Someone somewhere back then said, no, I'm not going to sit back. I have to change the storyline. I have to change. I'm alone, but you'll have other fighters coming along. So as fighters, we know it's not going to be smooth. Political persecution is going to be on the rise. It's going to be brutal. The violence is going to rise. But we have faith. And we cannot sit back. I told you the cost of being inactive bites even a baby who has just been born today. It will bite into them. So we will not sit back. We will not be intimidated. We will not fear. We have to be courageous. That's why we call ourselves fighters. It's a fight, really. Because for us, it's not even a fight about government. It's a fight for the people. And the elections now, we know the violence always escalates near elections. But because we are fighters, we are spirited warriors, we are here to change our storyline. We are here to change. Because if we sit back and things just happen, they'll be like, what happened to Uganda? Is there even an election? So we have to put up a front. We have to try. Even government has to know it's a democratic, country, presumed, but democracy. If parties cannot come and carry out activities, and even internally they are having challenges. Me, I was like, if you've built something, for example, if you've built something for 40 years, you would not have so many internal challenges. If you have challenges, what are you doing? What are you learning? What's happening? You get? 40 years, you must have built, you should be like a lesson to others in the continent, not even just in Uganda. But after 40 years, internally, you cannot coordinate activities peacefully. So why should we, the opposition, expect anything better? Because you cannot do it yourself. Therefore, you cannot offer what you do not have yourself, or what you've not even nurtured. Because it's about nurturing. As I said, like, let's nurture from the maternity ward, we nurture through school, we nurture here when you get... Even governments, it's about, like, yes, there are people will oppose policies, but how are you handling your own business? Your own business, there's chaos everywhere. People are killing each other. People are bringing in sacks of money, and you're not even hiding it. So as opposition, we don't expect anything better from what those guys fronted. We do not. Yes.
Wow. As we try to wrap up the conversation, what is your advice or your take on the participation of women in Ugandan politics? And finally, maybe you will talk to the young woman who is watching us today, who is maybe inspired by your story, your courage to take on leadership, and in particular politics. What do they focus on, and what should they expect from you?
To the young woman out there, I have sisters, I have friends, and the stories are not the same. People will say, this one was helped by that. One, I believe you must have a spiritual compass. That's one. It's very important. Now, after that, of course, there are challenges when you're a teenager and prayer and all that. But one, if you have a passion, the secret is in your passions, and it's in your character. If you're passionate about something, pursue it. Pursue it relentlessly. And when it comes to school, most people have lost hope in the school education. They're like, even land people are suffering like us. They don't have jobs. They don't have jobs. Yes, they've lost it. But school contributes a lot to your life. School is part and parcel of you. It will develop you mentally. The brain is a muscle. It needs a gym. Please go to school. Stay in school. Build yourself. Add value to yourself. Don't just, like, if you do not go to school, you'll be like a baby 20 years from now because you've not added on. And skilling is different. It's not even just about school. Because we get educated. You can get educated through experience. You can become an expert by experience. Like most mechanics, you find a mechanic, they'll give him a generator. He will, dismantle it and put it back, but he has not been to formal school. So whichever skill that you may get, please build on that. Build on that, and then any situation that comes, for me, I've always found luck in the most unexpected places. Like an eviction got me my first business. And it's not even just an eviction. And there are some jobs I go to and I'm like, first day. I don't think anything will come out. Then after some time, you find out it is the best thing that ever happened to you. Do not look down on jobs, and do not lose faith. And then education also helps you intellectually. Like right now we are talking about so many things and we follow precedents. When we talk about dictatorships have been there all over the world. We know how they end. If you're not exposed, if you do not reading, education opens up a world to you, the youth, in a way that you'll never understand. And then those ones who choose to get skilled, even skills build you. We need to build ourselves. You cannot just be a baby after 20 years and I'm asking you, what can you do? And you're just like you arrived on earth yesterday. So education is very important. And focus. Be ambitious, focus, have some ambition, and also build on it. If you're passionate about something, like, you will not leave it. And however small, let the big things find you when you've started somewhere. Do something with yourself as God also opens up other doors for you. Just don't sit back, don't give up and you're like, no, do not, please. Yes.
Thank you so much, Mariam. And lastly, your last remarks to the people of Kampala.
To the people of Kampala, I am Mariam Obeid Lutale. I am the next woman MP of Kampala. I'm going to have your interests at heart. I'll empathize with you, and my office will never go vacant. I'm here to fill that gap. I'm here to lift the boy child, the girl child, and women from all walks of life. Wow.
Thank you so much, Mariam, for coming through. To our viewers, thank you so much for always watching us. It has been a very beautiful conversation, and I think you've learned a lot from Mariam's experience and leadership journey, and you've taken note of what she hopes to do for the people of Kampala. Till next time, see you. Bye.